I welcome you to the Messiah channel. We are an end-time channel, and I thank all of you for your support, for watching the videos, sharing the message, and for those who comment. I also thank you for the insights that you bring with your comments. In this video, we are looking at an update of events going on in the world. As you are aware, the ICC has issued an order regarding the warrant for the arrest of Vladimir Putin, President of Russia, for international criminal violations in relation to the war that is going on. We can look at it from political and geopolitical angles. And as you are aware, the International Criminal Court doesn't probably have jurisdiction over Russia because Russia is not a signatory to that treaty. In the same way that the ICC would not have jurisdiction over the United States. As you are aware, the US has not given permission to be amenable to the ICC. There are so many activities of the United States that will violate international criminal laws under the auspices of the ICC, and so it will not be in the interest of the United States to sign the ICC treaty. The activities of the United States in Iraq, in Afghanistan, potentially constituted war crimes for which the US and officials in the US could have been prosecuted. As you are aware, the major powers do not respect international law. And so Russia will not respect international law in the same way the United States has not respected international law. The United States, in some cases, interprets her constitution as above international law. The United States looks at her constitution as above the holy scriptures of God. We are just looking at the ICC ruling with regard to Putin from a prophetic standpoint, and I believe that that ruling for the ICC to have an arrest warrant for Putin will be interpreted by Putin and Russia as provocation, and it's all evidence of the increasing tension between Russia and the United States as we live in a world that is perilous, as per the book in Timothy, distress of nations, wars and rumors of war. At the time of making this video, Russia is preparing for war. And I believe they are not only preparing for war in Russia, in Ukraine, they are preparing also for World War III, and they have installed S-400 anti-missile defense systems around Moscow, and they are training school children in the use of grenades, and they are mobilizing 400,000 extra contractual soldiers. And so Russia is in a state of war. United States is also in a state of war because they know what they are planning to do. So we are living in perilous times, as predicted in the Bible. We also have to consider North Korea. North Korea has tested a missile, and experts, including Chinese experts, even Americans, are aware that the North Korean missile can hit United States in 33 minutes. The question we ask ourselves is that will the US be able to intercept the North Korean missiles? The missiles is capable of having multiple warheads. So it's possible that the US may not be able to intercept all the missiles. According to experts, it's also noted that if the North Korean missiles are multiple, the warheads are multiple, it will overwhelm the US air defense system. So the conclusion is that because North Korea is capable of hitting a missile in the US with multiple warheads, it's possible that the US may not be able to intercept all the missiles, and so some of the missiles will be able to hit their target in 33 minutes. And when I remember a vision I had in 2018, I've done a video about it. In that vision, it was a radio announcement saying that Russia was preparing to attack the United States in 30 minutes. And now it's not a vision, it's a rare news. North Korea. It is not Russia, now it's North Korea. Is able to attack the United States. The missiles will be able to hit their target in the United States in 33 minutes. If you look at nuclear warfare, two things are important. The first one is the nuclear capability of the nation, whether the nation has nuclear capability. And the second factor is the intention to use the nuclear weapon. So if you're analyzing a nation, you look at its capabilities, and you also look at the leaders, the intention. A nation may be capable but do not have intention to use. A nation may be willing to use weapons but they don't have the capability. But now, if you look at North Korea, definitely they have the capability to hit the United States, east or west. And the time is 30 minutes. And the king of North Korea, whether you call it the king of the north, he has an intention to strike. And lo and behold, North Korea, like Iran, China, and Russia, also have the capability of EMP attack on the United States. And so we are living in perilous times, particularly when you see a nation like North Korea having the capacity to hit United States in 33 minutes. The US had tried to prevent North Korea from reaching this level, but the North Koreans have the audacity to be a nuclear power and also be able to influence international politics, and now they are able to influence international politics. And they're mobilizing as many as 800,000 troops, and so they are very serious. We are living in perilous times, and it is important for you to know that, to have the discernment that we are living in perilous times. In addition to Russia and North Korea, you see China also preparing for war. The fact that China is very quiet doesn't mean that they are peaceful. Based upon Chinese Maoist doctrine, they think they can win a war because of their population. During Mao's time, China believed that they could win a war against the United States because they had a bomb, the population bomb, the largest nation in the world in terms of population. But now, actually, they have the nuclear capacity. They are leading in artificial intelligence. They just bamboozled United States with drones flying in the interior of the United States, looking at U.S. nuclear installations in Montana. And so China is preparing for war. Even if you take Taiwan out, China had always prepared for war against the United States because they felt that they would have to defeat the West in actual battle. And they gave themselves 100 years. 100 years from the foundations of the Communist China in 1949. We are in 2023, and the 100 years is almost going to pass. And they have predicted that they will actually have a war with the United States, and they are preparing for war with the United States. But they are not alone. It's a coalition of nations: China, Russia, North Korea, and Iran. And they have capabilities of EMP, electromagnetic pulse. They can strike and disarm U.S. electrical grids. And we are living at a time where the U.S. is also facing economic crisis, the collapse of banks, the dumping of the U.S. dollar, and deteriorating financial conditions in the United States, and the U.S. overstretching herself militarily, having to face a crisis with Russia and China at the same time, and possibly with North Korea and Iran at the same time. Lo and behold, there's also the drone wars going on between the U.S. and Russia. Russia brought down a drone, American drone, in the Black Sea. In defiance, America is sending more drones to the Black Sea in defiance, and also as a show of force. Would there be a mistake of shooting down drones? Would there be a mistake of shooting down aircraft? And if such shooting occurs, will it trigger a war between Russia and United States? One mistake is tantamount to World War III. And any mistake with the drones could lead to the invocation of Article 5 of NATO. That will lead to a direct confrontation between Russia and NATO powers. Apart from Article 5 of NATO treaty, you also know that Russians under Putin, they have decreed that an existential threat to Russia will trigger the use of nuclear weapons. Is Russia under existential threat, particularly at the time when the ICC, International Criminal Court, has issued an arrest warrant for Putin, at the time that Poland and NATO members are threatening to send jets to Ukraine, are threatening to escalate the war. Is Russia under existential threat? They have already said that one condition for Russia using nuclear weapons is when they see they are under existential threat. So this analysis is an update of what is going on, and we need to discern the time that we're in. We are in perilous times. If you have not accepted the message of the gospel, you have not repented. If you are not waiting to be saved, it's time for you to do that. Because at any time, the trigger can go. At any time, the trumpet of the Lord will sound. And that will be it. That will be the final judgment. Thank you for listening to this message. Thank you for your comments, and share the message to your friends and to other people, and let them know that we are in perilous times. Thank you very much.